Welcome back to Zwartkops, and looks like we're going to be for some two-wheeled action of note. As always with Bridgestone Challenge, it's really exciting stuff throughout the classes. We've got Class A, we've got our Masters in there, and we've got a couple of lady riders to entertain the big crowds that have come out here for Extreme Festival. He was in the hot seat, and we're going to bring you hot seat action now for Bridgestone Challenge.
Now, great atmosphere once again here at Extreme Festival, both on and off the circuit, as we go on board with Rupert Free on Stoked for Mark's Industry Motorcycles Kawasaki machine. So watch out for that. We've got some very fast riders taking place here now. Watch out for Michael Dixon on the West Side Motorcycles bike, borrowing one of the Agliotti's Hondas. Nassif Wadwala, Francois de Villiers and Nigel Brandt. Watch out for him. Zadie Williams also on the Suzuki as the lights go on. Once they go off, we are under racing action.
Good start there, and a little bit of a little wheelie in the middle pack there. Fortunately, wasn't what you want as you go down into turn one. Compendium Insurance. Good start from Nassif Wadwala. He gets the whole shot as they pitch in there. Chris Kretzen all over the back of him, looking to try and get up on the inside early on as they go down there. Good start from the 181. Sure, incredible stuff coming out of Michael Dixon.
Yeah, and that bike is perfectly set up for you. The Agliotti brothers really do have a good turn of pace around Zwartkops, so putting it to good use there. On board here with Nigel Brandt, just losing out at the start there. You can see he's running about 8th or 9th place at the moment. And one thing you don't want to do in the Bridgestone Challenge is lose toe with the front leaders. You've got to try and make those positions early, because you're good racing all the way through the field there. Wasim Wadwala, Loki Vermeulen and Keith Boerten, and a good dice there.
Momo Hope in the middle of the pack as well, just running a little bit wide out of turn 4, but here we go. On the brakes. Westside Motorcycles and Ridgeway Race Bar Honda squeezes through and gets up to the lead ahead of Nassif Wadwala. Kretzen started to come under pressure there as well, as all of a sudden Zadie Williams is in there.
Now, Bike 66 Henny Swanepoel on the Yamaha R1. That is one of the best machines to have out on track at the moment. The way it delivers the power and on these Bridgestone tyres really does enjoy itself around Zwartkops. On the inside, here comes Wadwala trying to make a move there on Dixon, unable to make it stick. As we come into the final turn now, across the line, it will be Michael Dixon leading out for the first time. And what an introduction to the Bridgestone Challenge it's been so far for Dixon on that West Side Honda.
Let's see if he can keep it all together at the front end. He's pulling a little bit of a margin now, getting away from the 600 just behind him. Wadwala late on the brakes here from Francois de Villiers. The GSXR closing down. It looks like Kretzen's going to have his hands full pretty soon.
You can see the difference in horsepower. We've got some the 600 machines mixed with some 1000cc boys. There's Moma Hoppe, brilliant ride from her, improving her lap times every time she heads out on track. Rupert Free a little bit further back. Keith Boerten. Oh, Harry van As, a little bit further back. Harry van As has gone off the track. You can see the yellow flags. Harry van As, is he going to get it stopped now? Turn 4. Oh, the airbag does its job there perfectly. Harry van As, you couldn't stop the bike. Once you're on the wet grass, hit that front brake, there's no stopping it.
Well done to recover to where he did, though, that's for sure. Unfortunately, the Wellness Group bike is out. He's not that well at the moment. He's on the sideline. Definitely not where he wants to be, that is for sure. Francois de Villiers moving up into third place. Zadie Williams also started to put the pressure on. And Rupert Free on the back end here, looking for a way through on Swanepoel.
Yeah, great to see Rupert Free in the saddle again. The man from Industry Motorcycles has been out of it for a while, so just getting to grips again with the Zwartkops racetrack. We know that he's got a turn of pace around here, but the man who's got the best turn of pace at the moment, Michael Dixon, where has this come from? The battle for second place is definitely on between Wadwala and de Villiers. Nigel Brandt there looks like he's going to have to settle for a comfortable 4th place. Zadie Williams on the old school Suzuki there in 5th place. A little bit further back, there's massive dices going on in the mid-pack.
And a massive lead for Michael Dixon as well on the West Side Motorcycles Honda CBR as he pulls away at the front end. The one concern he's going to have to worry about, of course, is it doesn't affect him now, but if he carries on with this kind of pace, he will definitely be bumped up into the sub-10 category.
Now you can see Lafranche Fritz there on the Kawasaki in a good dice with Henny Swanepoel as we go on board Jana with Nigel Brandt. You can see how these Bridgestone tyres just work so well around the Zwartkops track. Look at the amount of traction that they get out of turn 4, heading up to the top of the hill, turn number 5. For the final time of asking then is Michael Dixon. What a ride it's been, jumping on that new Fireblade and really enjoying it, or the newer model Fireblade. Look at that battle for second place. So still going on between Wadwala and de Villiers. Dixon is going to pick up the comfortable one, but who's going to pick up the 2nd and 3rd places?
Well, Wadwala looks like he might have just got the drop through there in the final stages, coming across the line for 2nd place, and he does that. But it is Francois de Villiers who gets 3rd place in Class A but wins the Masters. Nigel Brandt in 4th, Zadie Williams behind him, and then down in 7th place, Henny Swanepoel taking Class B. Let's have a chat to Harry van As and find out what went wrong.
I was coming out of 3. My suspension is a little bit hard, so I was running a little wide. I went off the track. Luckily, nothing got damaged. I'm back on the 2nd race again.
Fortunately, because it could have ended up a lot worse than what it did. We're looking forward to race number 2 now, and I think we're going to see some big battles again, as we always do. The 2nd race, they kind of leave everything behind. Faree's going to send us out there as soon as we get clearance. It did get a little bit wet during the day, so some of these riders would have been concerned, but fortunately it dried up before race 2.
I can see a great atmosphere in the pit lane between all the riders. The Bridgestone tyres are now fitted for race number 2. The rain has stayed away. Mr. Faree just gets them all lined up and ready to get underway for race number 2 here. On pole position is that man Dixon once again. Woutwala there in second place. Let's see if he can get the jump off the start. The light goes off. A good start from pole position there for Dixon, but it does look like Woutwala is going to get the whole shot going into turn 1.
Yeah, the lighter bike off the line is definitely something you want, and it heads into turn 1. Compendium Insurance Corner in the lead with the whole shot. Michael Dixon down in about 4th place there, 5th place by the looks of things, because Francois de Villiers gave him a bit of a run on the Suzuki, and wow! How was that bang up the inside? Thanks for coming. I'm coming through here, and that was Lafra Fritz starting to make his way through. Here we're on board just behind him, and that's Henny Swanepoel applying the pressure on Fritz.
Oh, listen to this Yamaha R1. Just accelerate through the gears there. You come 2nd, 3rd, short shift 4th. Hold that 4th gear, try and get as much drive onto the back straight here now, heading into turn 4. One of the first overtaking spots, but here's the second one at the top of the hill and making good effect. And Michael Dixon is going backwards, but Christopher Kretzen now up into 3rd place.
No, just behind, that's the back. Keep it on the black stuff, boys. Sure, Francois de Villiers on the Gixxer now coming through. He's in about 5th place as they kick through into Mix FM corner, down the hill. Oh, he's out of shape. Oh, that was big. The back end let go. I was about to say through here, you have to watch out for cold tyres, and that's one GSXR slightly second hand. Oh, I hate to see that.
That is a big crash. I've done that before in that left hand, and it could just be not enough heat in the tyres. It's the first time you throw the bike really in anger at the left side of the tyre and just losing the traction there. Out front, Woutwala still holding it down. There's a good battle. Look at this now. Zadie Williams right in the mix there, as is Christopher Kretzen, and of course Michael Dixon not having it the same way as he did in race 1. And let's go have a look at a replay now. You can see coming out of the left hand. Oh, big moment there for Williams and Kretzen. So there's obviously something down in the circuit. And de Villiers unfortunately nowhere to go, and that is one very second-hand Suzuki. Good to see that the rider was up and okay.
He was okay, but that GSXR of his is game over. Zadie Williams very fortunate, and Kretzen to survive that. And you can see just in the background, looks like we might have lost Michael Dixon. He's run off ever so slightly somewhere around the circuit, and he's going to have to make up some ground. Momo Hope is starting to come through there nicely as well. Neo Koza too, and Wazim Woutwala too. But here at the front end, it's all about Nassif. And Nassif is trying to keep them all at bay.
And Kretzen on the inside there, he's just shoved it on the inside of Williams, trying to go around the outside. That's brave stuff there from Williams. You can see Kretzen saying, well, what are you doing? That's not the line to overtake. Coming into the left-hander now. This is where the problems were. You could see the riders very tentative through there. But Kretzen, a little bit out of sorts there. Not happy with Williams trying to find any which way to get up into that second place.
Dixon now applying the pressure, looking for a way through. He's managed to make his way back up into the top 3. Hopefully he can keep it all together. Woutwala losing out into turn 1. A dive through on the ZX10, and the Team Bucine machine moves up to the front. He's got the lead now. Chris Kretzen leading out over Woutwala and Zadie Williams. There is the Westside Motorcycle in 4th place of Dixon.
And Kretzen using the extra horsepower that he's got on that 1000cc Kawasaki as opposed to the 600 there of Woutwala to go on board with Henny Swanepoel. Just trying to make inroads now in that top 5. You see, just starting to get to grips with that Yamaha R1. The tyres are nice and warmed up, and this is where the Bridgestones really start highlighting how good they are. The amount of grip that these guys get on these R10 Bridgestones is brilliant stuff. Moma Hope, look at the stylish rider. Remember, this lady only climbed on a bike for the first time, 2 years ago, and now running up those impressive lap times in the top 10.
Yeah, great to see that. Now we see a little bit of a battle here as Zadie Williams defends to keep out the charge from Dixon. Dixon hasn't found a way through here. He was at the front end earlier on than this, and he hasn't been able to get there yet. Kretzen has got there, and he's disappearing. He's run off. Dixon runs off for a second time in this race. Can you believe that? He gets it back on track, though, and he's dropped right out of contention and falls in just behind the 120 of Chithuri.
There's definitely something down on the circuit there in that left hand that's caught out now. Michael Dixon as well, as we saw with de Villiers earlier on. Kretzen still holding it down out front. Woutwala holding down second. Zadie Williams there in a comfortable third. Henny Swanepoel now up into 4th. But look at this battle. Check it out. Lafranche Fritz, Harry van As after that little incident in race 1. Jonathan Trethewey and Momo Hope not too far behind that battle as well.
And the second of the Westside bikes in there too, but it's all about these top 2. They're going to fight it out. The 2 little 600s going at it as they go through turn 3, just behind them. Oh man, can you believe this? It is proper good. Harry Van As, what a recovery here. The last time we saw him go through turn 4, it wasn't like that. He was ending up on the airbags. Now coming through, and a bit of a maneuver around the outside there from Nigel Brunt. Brunt trying to get his big machine in between the 2 600s, and he does so.
And he's using that big frame of his also to just force his way through and get up into a top 6 or 7 place. No such problems for Kretzen out front. He's holding it down. Zadie Williams looks like he's extended that lead in second place, but the battle for third is certainly not over now. Look at Nigel Brunt. He's the man on a mission at the moment. He's the fastest rider by far on circuit, even faster than our leader. He's possibly eyeing a top 3 finish. If he could just get onto the back of Woutwala, that would be an incredible ride from about 7th or 8th place up onto a podium.
Michael Dixon recovering, we just saw that. This is Nigel Brunt now going up into 2nd place. He's got through and past Woutwala, so he's used the additional power available from the 1000cc as they come into the closing stages. So it's going to be Chris Kretzen to take the win. Brunt getting through right in the closing stages up into 2nd place. Pretty easily done in the end, but it took him a couple of laps. Can you imagine if he got a better start? He'd probably be running out with Kretzen, the two of them going in for the win. But Kretzen's going to take the victory nonetheless here in Heat 2 of Bridgestone Challenge.
And those guys are going to have to just watch their lap times because they were very close to breaking out and heading over to the Bridgestone Thunderbikes, but it was Kretzen ahead of Brunt, Woutwala and Henny Swanepoel. Let's catch up then with a very happy Kretzen after his first win.
Over the moon, I'm stoked. I don't have the words to describe it. I just want to say a huge thanks to my mom and dad for making this possible, and for my dad for believing in me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks to all the mates that came out to watch me today. You guys rock.
As always, some fantastic action with the Bridgestone Challenge and Autobahn Super Hatch. Make sure you catch all of the final round action at Zwartkops on the 10th of November as we wrap up this year's Extreme Festival. All this Extreme Festival motorsport action proudly brought to you by Autobahn and Bridgestone Tires.